In the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious and ever merciful. Students, today our topic is morphology. So, as you know, we are studying Introduction to Linguistics. So, morphology is a branch of linguistics. It deals with the formation of words. Morphology is combination of two words. One is morph and the second one is logy. Morph mean word, logy mean science or scientific study. So now we look at the definition of morphology. Scientific study of words structure and formation of words. How words are formed, what is internal structure of words. So we will study under the morphology how words are formed and what is the internal structure. In other words, we can say words are made up of morphemes. One word may have one or more than one morphemes. So when words are made up of morphemes and a word may have one morpheme or more than one morpheme, so first of all we have to know what is morpheme. So after that, because morphemes are the components of words, so that's why we need to learn what are morphemes. So morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit of a word. For example, we have a word, that word have only one morpheme or more than one morpheme. For example, we have a word cat. So you know the meaning of cat. It's an small animal. In Urdu you can say it billi. A morpheme cannot be further divided into parts. As I was talking about, the definition of morpheme is the smallest meaningful unit of a word. For example, if we divide the word cat into two parts, it will become C plus AT. And have some meaning, but C doesn't have any meaning. So we cannot divide when a morpheme do not have any meanings. So after that we cannot divide a morpheme. So we cannot divide a morpheme into further parts. Now I would like to tell you, morphemes are something that is abstract, that belongs to our mind. So morphemes are cognitive, abstract, existing in the mind. And morphs are words. Words are the manifestation of morphemes. Words are the manifestation or expression or manifestation of those abstractions that are existing in our minds. For example, when we say beautiful, so beauty and full, two morphemes, they are before the manifestation of the word beautiful, they are something abstract. They were existing in our mind. For example, we say a word boys. So boy plus s was existing in our mind, and when we said it boys, so this is the manifestation of those two morphemes. So this is morphology. Next topic is types of morphology. Next topic is types of morphology. So there are two types of morphology. Number one, free morphemes. Number two, bound morphemes. So first of all, we talk about the free morphemes. Free morphemes are those morphemes that can exist alone, that can stand alone. Types of morphemes that can stand as alone. They are free morphemes. We can also call these morphemes lexical morphemes and picture morphemes. So when I say a word boy, a picture comes in your mind. The boy's picture comes in your mind. When I say a girl, a picture of a girl comes in your mind. When I say a chair, the picture of the chair comes in your mind. So we also can say these are the picture words. For example, all nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs are the examples of lexical verbs. They can stand alone. For example, I say birds are looking at the boys. I'm talking about the changing of the position of the words. These are the free morphemes. So when we change the position of the free morphemes, so it does not there does not come. So when we change the position of free morphemes, there does not come any change in the meaning of that word because these are the free morphemes. For example, when I say the birds looked at the boys, so in this sentence, I'm just giving you the example. परिंदों ने लड़कों को देखा, and if I change the position of the words, the boys looked at the birds. Now the meanings of the free morphemes are the same, but now the meaning of that sentence are changed. So free form morphemes have two types. So when we talk about the free morpheme, so free morpheme have two types. Number one is lexical morpheme. Number two is functional morpheme or grammatical morpheme. So first of all, I would like to talk about the lexical morphemes. So lexical morphemes are the free words, for example, boys, girl, chair, table, lyle, black, green. So in other words, you can say all the nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs are the morphemes, are the free morphemes. So we also can say these free morphemes the root words. Number two, we have functional morphemes. So functional morphemes, we also call them grammatical morphemes. The words that show, how could we define the functional morphemes? The words that show grammatical relationship, their function is to connect lexical words. For example, I say a sentence, she goes to college. So there in this sentence, to is grammatical morpheme or you can say functional morpheme. Dishes are on the table. So where the dishes are placed on the table. So on is functional morpheme. All the prepositions, conjunctions, articles, pronouns, determiners, auxiliary verbs are the examples of grammatical morphemes or functional morpheme.